I don't feel very comfortable like this. I don't like my hair, but I look so weird with my hair like this. I never ever wear my hair like this. But I wanted to for this video because I kind of want you to be able to see my face and what I've had filled and whatnot. So I asked you on Instagram to ask me some questions, and I was going to do it as a Q&A on there because the last one I'd done was almost 2 years ago, so I thought I'd do, you know, a little update. But then I realised I may as well just do a video on it. I can like speak about it then, and I don't have a video on my filler, so here we are. A lot of these questions, as you can imagine, are the same type of thing. So I'm going to get into the most asked and the most obvious one, which is, does it hurt? Yes. Like, I don't know what else to say to you. Yes, it hurts. You have to bear in mind that I have a very, very low pain threshold though. So things do hurt me. The other side of that, things hurt me and I still get them done. So if it was that bad with my low pain threshold, I wouldn't be able to go back. But it hurts. I mean, it's a needle. You're getting, you know, a needle in you. Some people honestly do not feel anything, and it kind of irritates me a little bit. Sometimes, you know, I might answer a question on Instagram that is, you know, does it hurt? And I say it does, and then it almost turns into like a competition with, you know, some girls will message me, well, it didn't hurt me at all, or like I couldn't even feel it. Honestly, I'm really happy for you, but not everyone, you know, people have completely different pain thresholds. With things like this, if you really, really want it done, you know, you're really self-conscious of your lips or, you know, whatever it is, but you're worried about the pain, life lesson with Holly 101, sometimes you just have to man up and do it. So now that question's out the way because that was obviously the most asked one, I'm going to tell you a little bit of like history about my fillers. So the first time I've had my lips done, I had 0.5 mil. I was 18 years old. I will put some photos in of what it looked like before, although I don't think I have very many clear ones. I was never really self-conscious of my lips, I got to be honest. And it's funny because at the time everyone was like, well, you've got really big lips. I look back now and think, what the hell, you all lied to my face. But I never felt like I had small lips. I remember the practitioner that did it, she didn't think that I had small lips. Like, I remember her saying like, oh, I wouldn't really put more than 0.5 mil in yours. Filler in me, my face, my lips last really, really, really well. So I didn't get them touched again for like a good, I'd say like 7 or 8 months, might even be longer to be honest. Until I had them done again. I went to somewhere in town. I remember the swelling after that looked absolutely fucking ridiculous. Like, I swell like nothing else. The bruising wasn't too bad, but the swelling was awful. And I remember I was trying to hide it from my mum and my dad, and then like my mum saw it, and it's one of the only times I've actually ever seen my mum angry with me. She wasn't very happy, but yeah. Then about 6 or 7 months later, I got them done again, and I had a full mil put in that time. I don't think there's anything really to note. Like, I was happy with them, I was fine. You know, it hurt at the time, but got over it. The swelling was back, as was always bad with me, blah, blah, blah. But nothing really to write home about. So as most of you know, I go to Danielle, who her Instagram is DM Aesthetics. I think a lot of people assume that I get everything done from her for free, or, you know, like she pays me to, you know, sponsor her or whatever, but she genuinely doesn't. I just really like how she does my lips. Like, I genuinely do trust her. The reason I found her, because she was based in Swansea, and obviously I'm in Bristol and it's quite a way. I thought Swansea was a lot closer than what it actually is. So she did a competition on Instagram for, I think it was like, you know, win a meal for free. So entered it, won, went to her, and I was really, really, really happy. And me going and being really happy and my friends seeing it, that's how, you know, the rest of the girls started going. So, you know, like Lee and Grace. And from there, for her, she's done absolutely amazing. It's just kind of really just snowballed. It's like she's doing so well for herself. Okay, all that being said and done, so I have had to have my lips dissolved. I say my lips, it was my top lip. So I'd been going to Danielle. I don't actually know how much filler I'd had put in at this point. I'd say maybe altogether, maybe 5 mil. And then it was right before my 21st birthday, I had to have my top lip dissolved. And that was just because lumps had started to form. You know, it was basically just a build-up of filler, and that was all she could do for me. And I remember being really sad. I had to go out on my 21st birthday without a top lip. Loads of people say, oh, doesn't dissolving the filler really hurt? No. For me, and you've got to remember I'm a baby, for me it was like no different at all to having the filler put in, but the swelling was absolutely ridiculous. I remember literally crying that night, and then in the morning when it started to disappear, it was a painful time, traumatic. You have to wait a certain amount of time to get them refilled again, and I've been getting them refilled ever since. So if that was my 21st birthday, I've probably had them done maybe 3, maybe 4 times since. I'm 23 now, so that's not bad. Is it true the longer you've been having them done, the less often you need them topped up? Yes. So from what I understand, right, I should have said this at the beginning, but basically I'm not obviously trained. I'm not a doctor, I'm not a nurse. I've never done a training course on it, but I do my research. I've obviously been having it done for X amount of years, and I do work within a clinical medical field background. I don't know, that's just kind of like, that's the department that I work in, and I do come across filler in my working life, so I do know a little bit about it. I do know a bit about the subject, and I do know, you know, especially because of my job, I do know what is incorrect. So whilst I cannot confirm that everything I'm saying is 100% true, it's not Bible, it's not gospel, I do kind of know, you know, a little bit about something. I know something about something. When it comes to a filler, the first time you ever get it done, they say to go back quite soon after. When I say quite soon, I don't mean like the next day. I think it's within the first 3 months, because the first time you get filler put in, it can dissolve a lot quicker than it is going to further on down the line. When you've had filler, you know, injected, when you've had your filler put in, the next sort of filler builds onto that filler, the next lot builds onto that filler, etc, etc. And after, I think it's like the first or second time, you don't really need to go back as often. I think filler, it depends on the type of filler you use, and that was one of the questions I got, is what type of filler. I don't know. I know it begins with an R, and I know it's a very thick filler. I know I've had Juvederm, I've had, I don't know how you say it, Tesidil Kiss or something. Like I said, to be fair, filler does last really well in me, but this thicker filler that Danielle uses is absolutely amazing. All I know is it begins with an R. I cannot think of the name of it. But yeah, that has just gradually over the years just built up and built up. Obviously I did have to have my top lip dissolved, so all of it went. So since then it's just been building it back up to where I'm happy, and I'm happy with it. One of my second most frequently asked questions is, how much filler do you have on your lips? I don't technically know. Now, my bottom lip has never been dissolved. Oh God, my skin. You're gonna have to excuse my skin. So this is obviously my bottom lip. So your body doesn't actually break down the filler kind of like, you know, dissolves into your body after a certain amount of time. But like I said, I've been getting my lips done since I was 18 or 19. So the bottom lip has literally had, what, 4 or 5 years worth of filler. But obviously, you know, it has kind of broken down within that time. And my top lip, like I said, I want to say I've probably had it done about 4 times since I had my top lip dissolved. So I couldn't actually tell you exactly how many mils I've had, especially my bottom lip, because I don't actually know. Sometimes I've gone and I've had half a mil, sometimes I've gone and I've had a full mil. So I don't know. All I know is that it is a build up. I didn't just pay for my lips to be done and then they look like this. It is a gradual thing over the course of a few years. Someone said, can you go to work the day after? So I'm going to kind of class this as like, you know, the aftercare umbrella. I go to work the next day. I swell really, really bad. I don't tend to bruise too badly, although I will put in some photos because I sent them to my sister, and I always seem to bruise in the same place, but I don't bruise every single time. I'm fine walking around my work like that. But then I don't have to interact with clients or customers. It might be a little bit different if, say, you worked in retail or you were a receptionist or something where you're very, you know, like customer facing. One tip for you is, when I've had my lips done, I'll go down in the morning and get like a cold can of Coke out the vending machine and just sit at my desk with that against my lips, because obviously that helps the swelling. You can get, I think it's called arnica cream, to help like bruising and swelling. But yeah, you definitely can go to, I suppose it does depend what you do, but I go to work anyway the next day. And so do you have any regrets about getting filler? No, I don't actually. All I would say is make sure you do your research, and also like, it's one of those things, it's not a necessity. You do not need filler done. If you can't afford it, don't stress, don't worry about it. It's a lot of money. Getting filler done is a lot of money. A lot of people are asking how much is your like chin and your jaw and your cheek filler. I think like your jaw and your chin is like £600. It's like, it's not cheap to get filler. That leads me on to my next question, which is pricing. Like, how much do you pay? It completely depends. Like, I find down south it's a lot more expensive than if you go up north. Up north you seem to be able to get it really cheap. I would say, I really don't like saying this, but a standard meal for your lips, maybe £250. Is kind of like the ball. Places in Bristol charge £350 for a full meal, and I've heard of some places doing 2 meal for £150, which to me is just too cheap. Like, I really want people to remember that this is kind of, well, yeah, it's like a medical procedure. You're getting needles full of God knows what, effectively, put into your face. That you have to make sure that you know what they're using, that everything's sanitary, that you really trust the person, that, you know, there's other people that have been to them, they've got good reviews, they're a reputable place, because things can still go wrong, even if you go to the best person in the world. I don't want to put anyone off, I don't want to scare anyone, but I do just want people to remember that it's not just, you know, you're not going out and getting a handbag, you're literally going out and, you know, you're having something foreign put into your body. So just be careful. A lot of stuff about, do you get numbing cream? Yes, I do get numbing cream. Can I still feel it? Yes, I can personally. Some people put the numbing cream on, can't feel a single thing. So it really does just depend on you and your pain threshold, I think. A lot of people asking, do chin and jaw filler get rid of a double chin? You can tell by my videos now. Like, I still have a noticeable double chin. But saying that, I love my jaw and chin filler. It's very subtle on me, but it's, oh, I just really, really like it. So I've had, to be fair, I haven't had my jaw done in a while. This probably is due a top up, but I have filler in my jaw, my chin, and in my cheeks. So I've had my jaw done 2 or 3 times. I've had my chin done twice, and I've had my cheeks done twice. Now that is over the space of, again, probably about 2 years. Filler in your face tends to be a lot thicker, so it tends to last a lot longer. You can kind of like Google and research. I think it's between, I think is about 12 months. But again, what I'm saying isn't gospel. But yeah, I'm really, really happy. I think everything on my face personally is actually quite subtle. But it genuinely does make such a big difference. Who would have thought chin filler would have been a thing? And actually Danielle brought it up when she was doing my, oh God, what did I have? Dermapen or dermaplane? I can't remember which one I had. When I had that facial treatment done the other day, she was literally like joking, like, do you remember when I said I want to put filler in your chin? Because at the time, I didn't know anyone had filler in their chin. I was like, okay. But no, honestly, it made such a difference. For me personally, I don't think I would have my jaw done again without having my chin done, just because it makes, I don't know, it does just make a nice, I want to say silhouette, that's not the word I'm thinking of. Does it help to disguise your double chin? Yes, to an extent, but if you really want to get rid of your double chin, obviously you need to like diet and exercise, which I'm not very good at. But no, I'm really happy with my face. Oh, have you ever had tear trough fillers? I haven't, but I really, really like them done, because oh my God, in videos and photos especially, sometimes people take a photo of me, I don't even hate it, but what the hell? I have the worst like bags under my eyes. Danielle actually doesn't do it, I don't think. The last time I asked her, she didn't. So I may have to go to someone else to get those done, but I can't deal with it. Like, it's just the worst under eye bags ever. It doesn't matter how much concealer you put on or whatever, they just don't go. So no, I haven't had it done, but I've definitely done my research on that. I've watched videos on that, and it's definitely something that is on my agenda. A lot of people are asking what I recommend, and like, it's kind of like asking me what implants I think you should have, which people do ask actually. But like, I'm not a professional. Like, I couldn't look at your face and say, oh yeah, you need filler here, 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 you need this much, it's gonna last this long. Really, you should sit down with your nurse or beautician, or, you know, whoever is doing the filler, and ask them, like, feel free to have consultations with these people. I really don't think anyone should ever make you feel like you have to walk in and that second you have to have something done. Like, if you just want to go to someone and talk about it and say, you know, what do you think would suit my face? How much would you recommend? Like, never be afraid to do that, because you're giving them money and you're trusting them to do a good job. And although this stuff is semi-permanent, you know, it doesn't last for years and years, and also it can be reversed, as my top lip was, you know, you can get the filler dissolved out. It is still your face, so you do still want to be careful. Questions about nose filler. I've never had nose filler, so I'm sorry I can't help you, but I do know 2 people that have had it done, and oh my god, the difference is insane. If you're not like too sure on it, because to be honest, I'm not really that sure, I've never had it done personally, but look at photos and videos, it honestly looks insane, and it kind of stops the need for you to actually going and getting surgery and getting your nose done, really. Although obviously it is going to need topping up because it is filler and filler does dissolve. Did you last get filler? The last time I had filler was my cheeks, and that was, God, maybe May? I could be completely off, but it was months and months ago. I think it was before summer. I haven't had my lips touched since, I think it was before Ibiza closings last year. So over a year. Body hold the filler very well, but obviously it's also been built up over years, so it's got other filler like underneath it. Yeah, God, I think that was the last time I had my lips done. I am booked in December. I think it's the 9th of December. Danielle's coming back to Bristol, and Kyle, if you're watching this, I didn't just say that, I'm not getting anything done. I am. Someone said, have you ever had cold sores from lip fillers, or is this a rumour? Never. I didn't even know that was a rumour. I've never heard that. And I did used to get them as a kid, so in theory I think I'd probably be someone to get them, but no, never. I'm gonna end this here because a lot of the questions are oh my god, this video is 25 minutes long. Question I'm gonna ask before I have to finish and edit this down because it's very long now is, do you think there's a point where you should stop getting filler? Not you personally, lol. Thank you. Yes. This is one of the reasons why I really like Danielle and why my mum actually has kind of converted. Because when I went, before my 21st birthday, I went with the intention of having another meal put in my lips so that obviously they were, you know, nice and fresh and juicy. And instead of leaving with filler, she actually dissolved my lips and said, actually, your lips are lumpy, I'm not very happy with them, we're gonna dissolve them basically and start again so that we can get them, you know, really even, no lumps. I do think you should really be going to someone that isn't afraid to say it to you and also cares more about you and how you look than your money. Like, some people, when they have, you know, absolutely ridiculous, like massive cheek filler that it just kind of looks like this, you know, really, really heavy jaw filler, chin down here, and just like duck lips, just think, how is the person you're paying to fill your face doing that to you? And I would like to think at that point, not only would I notice and not want to get any more filler, but also the person doing my filler would notice. In terms of like for age or anything, like, oh, do I ever think I'm gonna get too old? No. I don't think so, no. Like, I never want to look ridiculous. I'd like to keep it quite subtle, but I don't think there's ever going to be a point where I'm going to be like, oh, you know, I'm a mum of 3 kids now, so I'm not going to get filler. You know, if it's something that I want and I feel like I need a top up and I can afford it, and, you know, I'm okay with like the upkeep and getting them redone and whatever the situation is, then I think I will continue to do it because I like how it looks. So yeah, I'm gonna end this here because this is a very long video. I feel like I've really rambled in it as well, so I hope I've got everything across that I need to get across. I hope some of you found it helpful, or, you know, quite maybe a little bit informative, I don't really know, but yes, thank you very much for watching. If you have any questions, leave them below. I will put Danielle's Instagram in the below too, and like a link to her Facebook and stuff, and yes, I don't know how to end these things, so I'm gonna go.